Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Tamily interview 160. We're going to be talking with Michelle, and her handle is Michelle_D_Tam. So if you don't follow her, you can look her up and send her a request to follow her. And once she joins us, we're going to go ahead and get started. And it looks like there's a bunch of people popping on, which I'm really excited about. Hi Beth. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Beth forever. We got to get you queued up for this too, Beth. So let's see. Hi Sam, hi Hannah. There's Michelle. All right, let's get her on. I'm going to invite. Hi Katie. Yay, though, this is going to be so fun. In the bathroom. Hannah, you make me laugh. Hi Michelle.
Hi Emily.
Interview 160 with Ask Tamily. We're so excited to get to meet you and get to know you on a whole new level today. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Me too. And for those of you watching, I have gently, maybe more than gently, nudged Michelle for a long time. And she's also been a many times requested interview coming up. So this is excellent that we finally got it scheduled. We're excited to talk to you today.
Well,
and we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm sure there's going to be questions in the chat. I have a list of questions for you as well.
Okay.
So let's jump in.
All right. So, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So tell us, how and when did you get started with the method?
So I'm going to go before I started the method.
Okay.
And before the method, I was this big program jumper. I would buy all the newest craze, everything you'd see on the internet, on the TV. And I was huge into infomercials. And, you know, I would wake up in the middle of the night and see these infomercials, and, you know, I just had to have them all. And I literally have them all. I have drawers and drawers full of all my old programs. And, you know, I would get so excited thinking that, you know, this is going to be my next thing and my next fix. And, you know, just seeing all these beautiful smiles and these beautiful people and hearing everyone talking and their testimonials of, you know, how it's changed their lives. And, you know, I just figured, well, it's going to change mine. If it changed yours, it's going to change mine. And I'd get them and I would do them, I'd commit. And, you know, I just never felt like there was any changes. And it was just disappointment after disappointment. And, you know, then on to the next infomercial. And it just, you know, this pattern just kept, you know, repeating itself. And it was exhausting, you know, mentally, it was exhausting. And, you know, I felt like I was trying to achieve something that just really wasn't, you know, attainable. And, you know, I was very hard on myself. And, you know, I'd look in the mirror and I didn't see what I thought I was supposed to see. And, you know, the way Tracy talks now, she talks about, you know, being overdeveloped. And, you know, like that's the term I should have used, but, you know, I didn't know that word then. And, you know, I used not so kind words about myself. And it was hard. It was really hard. And I just like this, I feel like this pattern just kind of, you know, went on for years and years. And until one day I saw, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow on TV, you know, doing an interview. I'm sure she was, you know, talking about a movie or something, and her body at the time, and, you know, the method. And, you know, being this program jumper, I had to see what this Tracy Anderson method was all about. And, you know, so I researched it, and I bought my first DVD, and I have it here. I bought this one right here.
Oh, the
original one.
Yes.
Yeah. And I can remember putting it on and literally turning it off in 5 minutes, because what the heck was this? I mean, I've never used these muscles before, and it just felt so hard. And if anyone's done that DVD, they know the first sequence is with the chair. And I had never worked out with the chair before, ever. And also, she didn't speak to me, you know, and I was so used to somebody always talking to me and guiding me and telling me like what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and like, you know, what to eat, and, you know, how to, you know, just guiding you through the programs. And, I quickly turned it off, and I left it there, and I went back to all my old programs, and I just would redo those and probably continue on with the over developing, because I was, always doing the same programs over and over. And, I just, it was years. It was like literally years of that. And, as I was getting older, I just knew I needed to have a change. I needed to have a different mental state about exercise. So I went back. I went back to the DVD, and I actually committed to it. And on the back of it, it actually says, do this DVD for 1 month. And if you can master it and perfect it, then you can move on, to metamorphosis. And I did it for a month, and, I'm sure I didn't do it great. I'm sure I didn't master it, but, the program jumper in me said, well, you did it for 30 days, so you have to go see what this metamorphosis is all about. And, I bought Metamorphosis, which was also like, really confusing as to which centric to buy. And, that was like a big thing. Was I abs? Was I, hip and glute? And I settled on the hip, and I did it. I committed to the 3 months, not perfectly. I know there was weeks that I would do like 2 or 3, 4 max, and then I would, hop on to the next week, because I've never done a workout 10 days in a row of the same exact, because the old programs you're used to doing upper body 1 day, lower body. So, I would fastly, move on to the next week. And, thinking back, that was probably, a bad decision. But I finished. I did the 3 months, and then I purchased Continuity. And that, I think I maybe did like 1 or 2 months. And I was actually watching your interview with Shannon, and you guys were discussing Continuity and how you have some that are still shrink wrapped, some of the months. And I was looking at mine this morning, and most of them are still shrink wrapped. So yeah, I didn't get too far with Continuity. And then I found streaming, and I thought, okay, let's try something different with Tracy Anderson. Like, I need to see what else she is, doing. And I decided to do the free 2 weeks, because who doesn't want to do something for free? And I figured if that doesn't work, then I'll go back to Continuity, which I already had them all. So, but I loved it, and I never looked back, and it's been 2 years, and I'm still here.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Well, thank you.
There's been a couple of like comments and questions I just want to address before we keep moving on. So one of the things that I think everyone in the Tamily who knows you would totally agree with me, that you exude so much positivity. Aww. And they want to thank you for that, and being such an exemplary Tamily member. But there's also a question too from Hannah, like, what do you do? How do you kind of tune out or flush out negativity in your life so that you can stay so bright and warm and giving to everyone else? Because you truly are a giver.
Oh, well, thank you. But first, I would like to thank the Tamily. When I first joined Instagram, it was like the scariest thing I've ever experienced. Just I've never been on Instagram. I don't have Facebook. Like, I never had any of those, social platforms, and it was scary for me. And the welcome that I received, like, I really could tear up right now. It was on a whole other level. And, the Tamily has really helped me through so much, this pandemic and just life stuff. And, they don't know, but, they've helped me in so many ways that I'm so grateful for. So thank you, to everybody for loving on me as much as I love everybody. And, the negativity, sometimes it pops back in there every now and then, and it's hard. It's really hard to shut it off completely. But, I just try to remind myself that it's a day to day. And, if it doesn't work one day, and there's always tomorrow. I don't beat myself up anymore about, not getting a session done or eating something I shouldn't eat. I really just take it day to day.
Yeah.
And I try hard to tune out, any negative thought that I do get. And then when I log onto Instagram and I just see all the positivity, like it's just like there's no room for it. There's no room for me to even think back or think bad. It's just I just try to look forward every single day.
Well, we appreciate it. And so I'm also glad to know that you are a human because I'm like, how is she so positive all the time? So it's good to know that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, no, not always. I mean, I have my moments, but I try to fastly, get them out of my head as fast as they came in because there's no room for it. There's no room for it. And I can't tolerate it. I will never treat anybody like that. And I don't want to treat myself like that.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've done it in the past and it's all, I try to make it all positive, like every day.
Yeah. Well, it shows and it's greatly appreciated. And I think maybe you can tell us a little bit about how, since you've been doing the Tracy Anderson method for over 2 years, compared to the other workouts that you've tried, and I don't know exactly which ones, but I can imagine some because I can see the infomercials, and I don't know if the guy's name is Tony or whatever, but he'd always be like, "Come on, one more rep," or like I remember.
Yeah, I'll take snapshots of my drawers. And I was going through them all this morning, and I couldn't believe what I had done.
Well, hey, you know what? Live and learn.
Yeah.
Now that you have information that you tried it before and you really like what you're doing. But would you say that the Tracy Anderson method kind of helps you with processing and like moving forward through emotions in your life compared to some of those other workouts?
Definitely. I feel like because there were these shorter workouts and I walked away after these 30 minutes just feeling so worked, so fulfilled that it just felt so different than everything else I've done in the past. It felt easier. Like, and as the time went on, her not talking to me was great because I had this time to process my emotions and realize just how I'm connecting with this method so much more than, I have with anything else in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome. And I like to always describe Tracy Anderson as like a big, long, well, a small, thin thread that connects all of us, right, across the globe, different backgrounds, different careers, different ages, all of these different things. But it truly is, and Suzanne says this all the time too, so maybe we kind of repeat ourselves too much, but it's like the only community where it really is focused on positivity. Yeah. Women supporting other women, looking for the good, lifting each other up. Because when we do that, then everybody is better. And when you feel better about yourself, you're more likely to go and lend a hand and help someone else. And
I agree.
Encouragement kind of down the road. So I think
it just makes it so much easier when we're all positive and connected and supporting each other. It just makes everybody's journey, we're all on the same path, we're all in this together. And it's just so much easier. And I just can never imagine anybody being like negative. And sometimes I hear about some bullying and stuff and some negative comments, but like, I've never seen it or experienced it. And I honestly, I'd be sad if that ever happened to me. I think I'd cry. Like if I ever saw a negative message, I don't know what I'd do. Because I'm just I'm not used to it. Like I don't give it out, and I can't imagine anybody just watching me and then saying anything.
Yeah. I don't think you'll ever get any negative comments, but if you do, please send them my way and I will help address them for you.
So before I block them, I'm sending them to you.
Send them to me. I'll tell them what's up. So let's change gears a little bit because I'm kind of curious through the evolution. And you talked a little bit about your experience, like first with the chair and the mat workout. Mm-hmm. Is there a move that you can think of, like from the beginning to now, that you used to hate but now you love to do? Do you have a favorite move?
Well, first of all, just being able to be on all fours, on my knees and on my hands, that was tough in the beginning. Just being able to hold myself up and position myself in that tabletop, position. It was hard on my lower back in the beginning because I was just never used to that, that position. I was always used to standing and squatting and all those different things. So that was tough. Like that was really hard. But definitely that hydrant was not my friend. And sometimes when she kicks it up a notch with like, well, this week in particular with that 5-pound hand weight, it really brings me back to when it was like really tough for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like now I can keep my knee up a little higher, and I'm feeling it in places that I never felt before. Like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to feel that one in your bum. Is it your bum?
Maybe.
I don't know. But
your abs too, if you think about it, like as you're reaching out with your arm and leg and then you're coming back in, you almost think of like your core is going like this.
Yeah, like what's that?
I don't know what joy is, but I think of like, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it feels great now. It never used to feel good in the beginning.
Yeah.
And also, I find I'm really trying to focus on the abs, because, you know, you're so used to that heavy, hard crunch up when you're laying down. I'm really trying to focus on the lower body coming up and just like a gentle, you know, up with my upper body. That's hard too. I tend to find myself trying to overwork and over push, thinking that that's how you're supposed to, you know, do abs. But I think that's also bad for overdevelopment.
It is. And so there's a balance too. And for anyone watching who might struggle with some of this, is like, there's so many great details and nuances that you will pick up. Sometimes you won't pick it up until 2 years in. It doesn't mean that the first 2 years was a waste or anything like that. What it means is you're physically and mentally ready now to execute the move. Because I still have some of those moments too. And just like you're saying with the abs, I think it was only, I don't know, last year, where you really think about, you know, when you bring your leg back out before the crunch and you have your arm going over your head, you should be fully extending and then coming back in. It's not just that move. So I think it's great that we still have these ahas, you know, a couple years in. You know, I know that there's some people watching, I think Clincy, and I can't remember what your first name is. I'm so sorry. Is it Lindsay? I feel like I know you, and you recently had a new baby and have like jumped back in. But she was saying that she did like for 14 years the method or something.
Oh,
and
wow.
I would agree. She's still picking up some kind of new pieces here and there. So
definitely. I struggle with a lot of moves to this day. And I wonder if it's because I didn't really, you know, perform and perfect the metamorphosis. You know, sometimes I wonder about, you know, should I, like, I'm watching Tanya right now, and she's, you know, she went back to continuity. And sometimes, I mean, she looks fabulous, and it's so, I just love watching her do all these moves with these bands and all the different equipment. Sometimes I'm like, should I go back to really learn and you know, figure it out? Because sometimes I feel lost. I mean, we've talked, like, I struggle with my lanes and hopping along, and where do I belong? Like, you know, I still struggle a lot with it, but you know, I learn every day, and that's the important thing. That's all that matters.
You belong wherever you are,
right?
Whatever lane you're in. Sometimes it's a different lane each week. You know, it just kind of depends. I think giving yourself that freedom to be okay with it, and using the Tamily as inspiration and motivation, but not like distraction. So it's often Tanya's like doing that again, and I agree. I'm like, oh, those moves look cool, but I'm like, I can't imagine pulling out my DVDs. I don't even have a DVD player anymore.
I know, because I wanted to pop one in this morning just to see what it was all about, but I'm like, where am I going to play it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think she got the digital copy or something.
Oh, okay, well, maybe. So, but back to that, it's kind of like, try not to second guess yourself.
I know.
Be okay with where you are. Sometimes it's good to set just like a singular focus for a week or 2 weeks or 4 weeks or something, and try to not let any other distraction come in, so that you're not always like, you know, I call it the shiny effect, like, ooh, what's over here with the electives or whatever. You have to kind of look at what do you want to get out of the method? How much time do you have and what you're willing to put in, and then sort of build your system around that so you don't feel too overwhelmed.
Well, you know, I had a consultation a month or so ago with Malika, and I was sitting with her chatting and telling her, you know, my struggles and stuff. And the first thing she said was, you seem really stressed. Like, you seem really stressed about this. And I'm like, yeah, actually, I do seem stressed. And it was like, I was putting this added stress onto me for no reason at all. And she said the same thing, like, whatever however you feel that day or that week, that's what you go with. That's the lane you choose that day.
Yeah.
And it just it's almost like I need someone to like remind me of that every now and then.
That's what you have me for.
I know.
I'm kidding. There's people that will do that for you, but I'm more bossy, so I'm kind
of. But
I
like that. I need to be bossed around every now and then because I'm more of a follower. Like I just if someone tells me what to do, okay, I'm doing it.
Well, good. I'll tell you, don't stress. Just do your thing.
Yeah, I know. Like adding extra stress, like it's not good for your mind and like your body. Like, I could set myself back like physically because of that added stress. And it's just for what? And it was just funny because it's almost, she wasn't laughing at me, but I mean, she had a big smile on her face when she said it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. This is crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes you need somebody else to remind you, like, it's fine.
Yeah, it is totally fine.
So we have
sorry.
No, that's okay. We have a question. I think her name is Liz. If you have any recommendations for how to not be so heavy in your shoulders on the floor. So I think this is a great question. I want to hear what you have to say about it, especially since you talked a bit about being more comfortable on all fours since running the method over the past 2 years. What would you say to Liz about that?
So I still find myself being very shoulder heavy and very, crunched up every now and then, but I catch myself and I try to be as light as I can on my hands. I try to just feel like I'm floating almost. Because if I don't, then I get all up in my neck and my back feels tight and I don't have like a nice arch. Like I just have to remind myself and just think, just be light, just like just be light on your hand. For me, that's what it is. I'm light on my hands and I'm always just very mindful of that position. But Liz is great. I watch Liz's posts. She looks like she's a perfect form.
Yeah, it is tough kind of coming from that adjustment, not only on all fours, but even in lifted planks, three-legged, down dog type planks and things like that to stay out of your shoulder. And if you think about where is the opposition coming from to where you're feeling that weight, you can kind of make sure that you're up. So you want to make sure that you're engaged in your side torso and almost kind of lifting through the top of your back. Sometimes I'll describe it if you're in a plank, for example, just like regular old faithful plank. If you imagine there are strings on the ceiling, like connecting to the muscles in your back that are lifting you. So you're kind of engaging your back muscles and your core at the same time, not only relying on your core. You'll feel a lot less pressure here. So I hope that helps, Liz.
Well, and so you're talking about when you lift your leg up to the air, like a leg extension?
That too. So if you do that, you got to think about your lifting your weight up in a way too, instead of just dumping down into your wrist.
And I actually noticed this week when I was doing an extension up in the air, I was able to, because normally I have my hands just in one position, but as I was trying to lift up, I put one hand back to help lift up my whole body. And I was like, oh, it kind of clicked. Like, why weren't you doing this all along? So it's like every day you're learning from yourself and growing with this method. And it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And figuring out where to create more space for yourself, because I always tell you, we haven't obviously met in person, but I'm like, you're so tall, like a model.
Yeah.
So I imagine you're like, like
I'm
5,
not.
But like compared to someone else or me, I'm 5'4", right? So we have different proportions. And so when you think about how to make the move work for yourself and your own body,
right?
It's like, yes, you want to look to Tracy for kind of form blueprint, but then you got to make it work for yourself. Like I got really long arms, so sometimes I have to move a little bit forward or something like that. So it's all about kind of finding that for yourself.
Yeah, and it's like every class I feel like there's just a little something that I can tweak and learn from, and it's great. I love that.
Yeah.
And being able to share that and learn from other people is even better.
So what advice do you have to someone who is new in the Tamily?
Advice? Yeah. Oh, to the Tamily or to the method?
To the Tamily. So maybe they've been doing the method, but they're new to like posting and being part of the community.
I would say embrace our love, because we are going to shower it on you. We are going to like love on you. We are going to accept you, and we are going to help whatever you need. And it was just, that experience was the best. And I love when there's new people. I love commenting and welcoming them. It's so special because I like to, give back. I don't know if that's the right word, but I just want to treat everybody the same way that I was treated. And it was such a special moment. So definitely just accept the love, just feel the love, because it's going to happen all day, every day. We're going to message you, we're going to DM you. There's going to be just lots of conversations.
Yes, I mean, that's great advice. Just kind of jump in and go for it. If you don't know people, introduce yourself. I feel like everyone is extremely welcoming.
Yeah.
Helpful with feedback if you have questions or anything like that, especially Michelle. So if you're new, reach out to Michelle.
I remember getting a DM once, and I didn't even know what a DM was. And I think it took me weeks to even open it up, and I felt terrible. But I didn't know anything about Instagram, and it was actually from Tony. I don't remember her last name, and it was just like a lovely. I just wanted to say hi, and I just wanted to see how your day was. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Somebody wants to know just about me, or just see how my day is going outside of the workout. And that's when I knew, this is special. There's something different here that, I've never experienced this form of love between women, outside of this. Yes, with your girlfriends and your best friends, but, usually when you don't know anybody, you don't know somebody and you just meet them, it's never this, instant connection. Because this is it's like love at first sight, I think. I just feel like we're all the same people.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. And when you meet Tamily in person, which we'll ask you about that in a minute, it's amazing too, because it's like instant best friends.
Yeah.
Wherever you go. You always have something to talk about, which is
always
great.
We tell each other we love each other. I mean, it's because it's real. It's exactly how we feel.
Yeah.
And we never even met each other.
Yeah.
But
we don't have to meet
to
have love.
You don't have to physically meet someone and be with someone to have this bond, this connection.
Yeah.
I believe it's real.
It is, for sure.
Yeah.
We have a couple of questions for you from a few different people. I saw one from Angie, and then also, I'm going to totally butcher this. I'm so sorry. T. Sowich, about your floor. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about your tan cave. When did you decide to get the Bouncy floor? How long have you had it? And are you using it for dance cardio?
So the floor I purchased through the pandemic. Okay. I've wanted them for a couple of years, and I didn't really want to invest this large amount of money into something that I've never even stepped foot on. I didn't know how they felt on my feet, would I like them. And we actually created MacGyvered my own floor at home, and to create my own pretend bouncy floor. And it worked for a while, but it slowly fell apart. And then I just kept thinking and thinking and thinking, and I took a trip to New York City because I just couldn't purchase them, because how do you return flooring? Customized flooring, I don't think you can really return that to a different country. So we went, and I took a class, and it was everything. Just stepping on those floors and feeling that bounce.
Yeah. I
knew I had to have them. And I still didn't get them right away, because that was August of 2019. And then it took me till about March during the pandemic, 2020, is when I decided it's time to invest in my health, because I was getting terrible shin splints and really, really bad knee pains. And it was time. It was just time. And I ordered them, and it took me 2-3 months to get them. And yeah, when I got them finally, that's when I started my dance journey. That's when I fell in love with dance. Because before that, I would dabble in it every now and then. But again, I just had so much. I would dance for a day, and then I couldn't dance for a week because I had these terrible shin splints. I'm sure other people have experienced the same. It's rough. That dance is not easy. But yeah, the floors have made a big difference. Oh, and also I don't have to find the perfect shoe anymore, because there's really, I feel like every shoe works. Yeah. I mean, really, I've never bought so many shoes and returned them before than I have ever in my life. But yeah, so I love them, and I created my whole workout space also during the pandemic. It was like my little quarantine project. It took me a long time to get that space ready and figure out, you know, what I wanted and how I wanted it to look, and I'm happy with it now. I mean, I love it. It's my little happy space.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. It's you know, to get started, you really don't need anything except for like a 3 pound hand weight. You don't even need ankle weights to get started if you're new.
No. Well, I was the worst student in the beginning. I would do it on carpet. You know, I never did it on hardwood. I would have fans, like cool fans blowing on my face because I hated all that sweat because I've never experienced sweat like that before.
Yeah.
And I didn't have ankle weights. I just had the 3 pound. I may even only had 2 pound in the beginning because I always use like the heavy weights from, you know, those previous programs that I did. So I never had little weights.
Yeah.
And I found it. I think I found a 2 kicking around somewhere. And yeah, you don't need much. You see all of our girls in hotel rooms using like bottles, and you know, you find a way.
Yeah.
You figure it out, and it will work, and the results will be there.
Yeah. And once you fall in love with it over time, then you start, you know, accumulating a few more trinkets here and there, or, you know, whatever. But
yeah,
I think you're beautiful. Your tan cave is beautiful. I love your message on your chalkboard, and you have your little strong woman Tam postcards.
Oh,
there, and it's always a pleasure to see.
I was waiting for that to come in the mail because I knew I had a special spot, and that's going to be my new. That's my wall, like my positivity wall. Like anytime I receive something or I give something, or, you know, on our journeys, maybe a vitality or maybe, you know, a meetup, that's where the stuff is going to go. That's my special wall.
Yeah.
That's as soon as I walk in the door, it hits me in the face, and it's just my daily reminder of just being happy and just, you know, focusing on just the good and being grateful.
Yeah. Well, it's a perfect background. So Goldie has said a couple things, so I want to let her know I'm not ignoring her. I'm just finding the right time to ask this. So first off, she said thank you for helping her and giving her tips on how to set up her camera and edit videos and all that. And now we get to see all of her beautiful posts too. So thank you for sharing that advice.
You're so welcome. I love Goldie.
She's awesome.
She's so great.
She's also curious about your skincare routine. She says your skin is always so glowing and beautiful. So tell us what's your secret, girl? What are you doing?
Well, so most people don't know that I have rosacea. So I have really red skin underneath the makeup, and I go to the dermatologist like every month or so to get, you know, some laser treatments to help target the redness and tone it down because it's red. It gets inflamed a lot, and you know, and the heat and humidity from the workout is the worst for it. And you know, my diet, certain drinks, like I have to really be careful what, like my lifestyle. And after that, I have a very simple skincare routine. I do buy all my products from the dermatologist because they know my skin, so it's very calming, very soothing ingredients. And on top of all that, I have a really good, and I was talking with Goldie about this, and I brought it to show. I have a really good foundation, and so this is it right here. It's called It Cosmetics. Okay. And the girl that developed this, she actually has rosacea herself, and she was always on the hunt looking for the perfect thing to cover up her redness. So she created her own line, and it's like a full coverage, illumination. It has all the anti-aging products, and it's SPF. It's really good. I highly recommend that. It doesn't crease and crack like into all your fine lines and pores and stuff like that. It gives you a really good glow.
Do you have it on right now? Because I feel like you could be on a commercial for this lady.
I have it on now, yeah. And it's just like a simple, you dap, you like put it on. It's like a 2-second skincare routine. And it's you can't mess it up. It looks good on everybody. I have so many girls that use this now, and everybody's obsessed with it. Mainly because it's SPF 50. Like that's super important. We want to keep ourselves, you know, looking young and fight off that sun.
Yes, fight off the sun for sure. Well, it looks gorgeous.
You know, from Sephora. Like it's like, you know, you can get it anywhere.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on my list. I'll have to get some. I need some glow. We have a question from Lisa, and she says, "You're so amazing," and she's always inspired watching your posts, but how do you remain so consistent? Tell us a little bit about what your secrets are for consistency.
Consistency, I think it's Instagram. I really do. Like the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is I'm laying in bed, half asleep, and I open up IG and I see all of our girls from all over the world. You know, I see Martina and I see Kim, and I always look at Hannah. She always has like a wonderful story posted that, you know, she just got her workout done, and you can see that smiles and how happy they are, and they got it done, and they probably feel fabulous now. And that's just, I really I lean on the Tamily to motivate me every day, because I wake up a lot and I'm like, I'm lazy, it's raining, I have a headache, like, you know, I have those feelings too. And you know, I just see everybody looking happy, and oh, day 3 is done and I feel so much better, and it's like, I want to feel better, I want to do day 3, I want to feel good, I want to get my day started.
Yeah.
So for me really it's Instagram. Like, everybody gets me on. I mean, I didn't do it yesterday, I took a day off, but that's okay, I'm good with that.
That's totally good. I say this all the time.
we
Say it
need
again
to,
for anybody who hasn't heard it. Rest is part of the method too. You can't always do 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I mean, you can, but
you
need, you know, mental break, physical break.
Well, that was part of my consultation too with Malika, and she told me, take that one rest day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to get that in. It's, you don't want to overwork.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You know, I need to listen to my body. I need to rest. I need to, you know, get ready to get back on the mat the next day, because that advance this week, boy, that one's deep.
It is deep. It's
that one gets you right down. Like,
yeah.
I haven't even done it in 2 days, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it tomorrow. I have to watch everybody's posts in the morning to get me there.
There you go. Oh my God, I'm dying. Okay, you're gonna have to get like a beauty contract for It Cosmetics. Everyone's gonna go buy it now.
I'm telling
you,
it's so good. And this tube, look how big that tube is. I mean, I don't even know, 75 mil. I don't know how much that is, but this thing will last you a year. That thing will last.
Yeah.
And usually this comes free with it too. This is usually always free with it.
Okay.
So that's even a plus.
So Goldie, I think you asked, do you apply with fingers, which you probably can, but Michelle, you use a brush to put it on?
Yeah, you can use your fingers.
Okay.
You could use, like, you know, those sponges that you can wet and you can just dap it all on. But I like the one that it comes with, the brush. Yeah. But use your fingers, clean them up, and just smear it on everywhere. you can't mess it up.
Exactly. Okay, I guess I better get back to some of these questions, or people will be like, isn't this supposed to be a TAM interview?
I know. Sorry. I like talking about everything, so.
No, we've actually covered a lot of these, so it's perfect. Have you faced any challenges in doing the method?
Like, I get a lot of knee pains, like not like every day, all day, but there's some moves that are very knee heavy, like when you're down on your knees and you're twisting and moving in, you know, different positions. Like, sometimes my knees get like super sore, and yeah, definitely the knees. And every now and then I roll over on my ankle when I'm dancing, and I need to be very careful of that. Like, even with those floors, and you turn around, you flip around, you're all into it, and you think you're Tracy dancing. You think it's funny, because when I dance with Courtney, I feel like I'm having this private with Courtney, and I'm standing behind her, and she's like teaching me and guiding me. And I get too into it sometimes, and then I find myself rolling. And luckily, I've always caught myself to get back, you know, flat. But my gosh, I mean, you did it, and it's not fun, right?
No, it's not fun. I'm practicing right now, trying to learn how to dance more as what I would describe as in place. So Burmy too, Maria, she was interviewed last weekend. She has always danced in the studio, where you have to actually dance in a way that's more tight because it's crowded. You don't have like the luxury of just like spinning, you know, 14 times around.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to work on like dancing a little bit tighter, even though I have space, but just to try to kind of keep myself from, it's like once you roll your ankle once, I feel like you're prone to doing it every day. I don't know what the deal is.
No, it's so true. It's so true. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen again, but
yeah, me too.
see, I need to take that advice, because when I dance, I'm like all the way over here and I'm all the way over there, and I'm at the back of the wall, like smacking my elbow, and like I'm all over the place, because I'm not a trained dancer. I have no idea really what I'm doing, and I'm just having fun in the moment, and I find myself just all over the place. So I need to focus on that, just kind of staying in a spot, staying tight, I guess, as she described.
Well, that's what I call it. I have no idea if that's real.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know. I need to do that.
That's what I'm trying to do. So Deb has a question, and I had this question as well in my mind, is tell us about the Chanel pictures behind you. You have them in your bedroom. I think you have some in your Tam cave too. So is Chanel your favorite?
Well, I love everything. Like I was going through Pinterest when I was creating my room, and I saw these really cool designer artwork that you could buy, and they were like, I don't know, $1, $2 per design, and you pay for them, and then they email you the actual print. And then I just printed them on my photocopier at home. I got like really good photocopy print paper, put them in like a really cheap frame, and there was like $4, per picture. And I just thought, this works. Like, and I wanted something outside of working out also in my room. I wanted to have like something that kind of reflects, things that I like, and things that I, dream to have, and, things that I like to see in magazines. And so it's, it's a little personal, like a little personal touch of mine. I like that. I feel like they work, and they weren't even expensive. Like, I swear, some of those were $1 each. And I have the prints still, so I can continually print. So if anybody wants, just call me up and let me know, and I'll send them to you. I've done that already for so many people.
Print a whole bunch, and you can make a full wallpaper.
Oh, good idea. I could do that maybe around my chalkboard.
Yeah, there you go.
That back wall, it's all chalkboard. I don't know if anybody knows that, but
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a chalkboard paint.
So if you have any Tam guests someday, maybe you can have them autograph your wall and chalk.
Oh, good idea. You know what? That room is actually really small. Like, it kind of looks bigger than what it is, but it's tiny.
Yeah.
I think I could probably have one person over.
We'll just dance really tight.
Yeah, see, this is how I need to learn how to dance properly. Have somebody over and dance with me.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to ask about some Tamily that you've met in person, because I know you recently had a meetup with someone like Baby Bump and Rebecca. So tell us a little bit about your first meetup and how it was.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. So Rebecca and we started chatting last year, and we wanted to get together, like, and go for a walk in the neighborhood, because she lives, fairly close to me. Yeah. But then COVID hit, and, COVID was already here, but it started to get, progressively worse. And just to be on the safe side, just kind of put it on hold. And, now that we're double vaccinated and things are, the restrictions are, slowly being lifted here, we just went for it, and we met up, and it was so much fun. We talked for hours, like 3 hours. We just sat there and talked all Tam. Like, it was so much fun. Yeah. Erin and Rebecca. Yeah. They're lovely, lovely girls.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that you had a chance to do a meetup.
I love it. And my first one ever, and I can't wait to do it again. And there's a lot of other girls, that live, but it was really last minute, so it's kind of hard to get everybody on the same schedule. Yeah. But no, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of laughs. And Rebecca told me that, she did this interview, and I was like, no, I can't. I'm too shy. And then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, but if I'm sitting there with them and I don't know them, like, how shy can I really be? It's all a bunch of girls. We're all friends, and we're all talking, and it's so natural. And I should have done it all the other times you asked me, so I apologize, because I know everybody, she has asked me a few times.
I just want people thinking I was like a bad friend. That
no.
Anytime.
I mean, oh my God, maybe I'm the bad friend. I just let my insecurities get in the way sometimes, and But I'm here now,
You're,
and I'm having so much fun.
yes, it's the
So thank
best.
you.
So, what about the Tamily inspires you? Like, how did you discover the Tamily?
So I try to think back about this question. I'm like, how did I discover? But I think it was Instagram, like,
Mm-hmm.
Loretta and Adita and being on Tanya, like being on, just always looking on people's pages. Even though I really didn't even know much about Instagram. I think I may have gone on and just typed in Tracy Anderson. And then slowly I started seeing all these beautiful women, like just doing the same stuff, the same moves that I was doing. And I started reading all their comments and going through like past posts, like I guess kind of stalking them. Is that the right word? And then just realizing that there's this amazing community out there, and then my insecurities come into play because I'm like, well, but they all know each other. Like, what if I'm not welcome? And I didn't know how amazing it really was. So yeah, I think it was just searching the internet, just stalking like a whole bunch of different Tamily people,
Yeah.
Tamily ladies. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
It's hard.
And did
Sorry.
you join it right when you started streaming, or did
No,
you?
no, 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 no. I was still too insecure. I've never filmed myself, and I've never put myself out there like that. And even, honestly, like even in the beginning of streaming, I still was in my mentality of days off, and I don't feel well. I'm not going to do it. It really wasn't until I joined Instagram and made these connections and is when I started to really dedicate myself to this method. So I really feel like I've only been hardcore into it, maybe not hardcore, but consistently into it since I joined Instagram, which was September, almost a year.
Okay. You are
Almost.
hard in a gentle.
Oh, wow. Oh. And if you go back to my posts, you can see that like I used to work out in my pajamas because that's what I just wasn't comfortable being behind the camera. I didn't know what to do. It's funny because I look at some past posts and you can see I have the camera over here and then I have the camera over here and then I have it straight. Like I was always trying to find that perfect position. And I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing.
It's all good.
And then I just kind of let all that go. And I'm like, hey, this is just me. Like,
and look at you now as KT, Katie, I call her KT for fun because of her handle, but she would say you're the neon dream girl.
Oh my God. I love neon so much.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's just, if you're having a bad day, you just throw on some neon and geez, you're smiling away. Like you can't have a bad day if you're wearing neon.
Yeah.
You can't. It's so summery. It's so bright. It just picks up your mood.
You might have just motivated me to buy something neon. I don't think I.
Okay, I'm going to send you something neon. I'm going to send you neon.
I'll wear it.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just keep going because I know. So Liz had another question too about when you work out. Do you work out on an empty stomach? Do you hydrate before? Or do you take any like electrolyte drinks or supplements?
So I always eat before, and I know a lot of people like to do the empty stomach, but I eat like I wish I could go to the mat and not have eaten. I feel like maybe I could perform a little better or burn off the Doritos that I ate the night before. But I don't. Yeah, I feel like I need something. So lately I've been trying to do an apple with some nuts. That's it's light and it's filling. Like it doesn't make you feel sick throughout. Or or like a yogurt, like just like really light things. But no, I can't eat like a like full pancake breakfast or anything like that.
You're not having like the Dennis Graham slam.
Yeah, no. I've never tried that actually. We don't have. Well, I don't think we have Denny's here, so I need to try this Grand Slammer.
No, I was thinking of Hortons, but that's like coffee and donuts. Tim
Hortons?
Not the same thing. I don't
know. No. Yeah. So I do. I know, but I'd like to try to hit the mat one day empty, just to see like how I really feel. But I find dance cardio, if I'm empty on the morning, I feel dizzy. Like if I'm doing any spins and turns, I feel like all over the place. I don't like that. So I need a little something.
Yeah. What's your nut of choice with your apple?
Oh God, I mean, I like them all, but I like cashew, I like macadamia,
Hmm.
almonds, but I try not to, have too many variety in the morning, just like a few almonds, unsalted, in the morning. The salted ones are for later.
Those are after Tam
Yeah.
stuff. I feel like you need to tell everybody about the dream juice that you got me hooked on. So I never used to drink like a green smoothie. I tried like so many times, but Suzanne would know this. I always call it salad sludge. It was like,
Oh,
for whatever
yeah.
reason, like coconut oil with kale was like just slide it right in the trash can. But you gave me an excellent recipe, and now I make it every single week. I like make a big batch and then drink it. So tell everybody what that is, so that they
For
can.
me, the key to not make it sludgy is to I like a lot of water.
Yeah.
I prefer it to be a little bit looser. Otherwise, you just it's like this thick. You're trying to swallow it, and it just doesn't work. But I pretty much just throw in all the good greens. So your spinach, your kale, celery, spinach, cucumber, and avocado. I like. It really helps to thicken it up a little bit, and it helps keep you fuller longer.
Yeah.
And I like adding lemon sometimes, and pineapple. It's just very simple. The pineapple I like because it's so sweet, so you don't need to really add too much of it. But yeah, it's pretty basic, but it tastes good, doesn't it? It's so,
yeah.
I don't know, it's so good.
But don't ever add arugula.
No, oh my, I added arugula once. Well, I don't know, I don't think I had spinach or something, and I put the arugula in. Oh my gosh, that was foul. I mean, I still drank it because I wasn't going to waste it, but it was you could see it in my face. Every swallow was, oh my God. I love arugula to eat, like an arugula salad, but putting it in a smoothie, no.
Yeah, no. So Sam asked, is it a smoothie or like in a blender or a juicer? How do you make yours?
Oh, so I put everything in a blender. I don't have a juicer because I'm too lazy to clean one of those things. Actually, I saw Tracy. She posted that she uses some special juicer. She had it on one of her countertops, and it looked really cool. And then I researched it, and it was like $5,000. It was so expensive, and I'm like, no, I'll stick with my little bullet. Yeah, I just throw everything in the blender, halfway up, and then I fill it with water, and away I go. And sometimes I add in extra water if it's not, loose enough. Oh, and now I put in collagen. I add a scoop of collagen into it. It's really good for your skin. Yeah, okay. It's good for your hair, your nails, your joints. I've noticed a really big difference in my skin since I've started adding collagen. Yeah, I like that a lot. So I don't know if you have tried that.
I haven't. I have some. I'll go.
Oh yeah, just pop a scoop in. You won't even know it's there.
Okay. Oh, Kim 2M's squared. I love that name. She also has dogs and best fashion sense.
I know those dogs.
Where is your dog? Where's Chloe?
Oh, Chloe. Chloe's downstairs. She's too needy. She'd be jumping up all over me and looking. She'd be up my back crawling, and yeah, she's very, very needy, Chloe. Chloe does not know how to go up or downstairs. You have to carry her up and down.
Wow.
Well, she can go outside, the outside stairs. She can go up and down, but inside, she likes to be carried. Yeah, she's a little lap dog. She's a lot of fun. I post a lot of pictures of her. I don't know if it gets annoying sometimes, but no. She's my little fur baby.
Yeah. We love your pictures of Chloe. And okay, Dr. Z Tam, I see your question. I want you to know that I'm not ignoring you, gorgeous. And I hope
is she on vacation still? Is she in Hawaii still?
I hope so.
Yeah. Those pictures, girl, in your bikini.
She looks so good. I just want to say your skincare question. We spent probably 20 minutes on that, so I might direct you to watch this IGTV video just so we don't go way over the time to have her tell it again. But she did Michelle shared her skincare routine and beauty secrets. Also, there's been several requests, Michelle, so I hope that your camera is not smoking too soon from getting overworked, but people are asking for beauty tutorials.
Oh.
So
yeah, I can do that. That's fun.
Some of those.
I did that blow dryer once, that Dyson blow dryer. It's still up in my stories.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
put some in your stories, maybe you can put your juice in there too.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, because I know I've sent you pictures, so I just popped those on there. And
even though I don't need a recipe anymore now, I'm like, all right, I got it down after like 40 times.
Yeah. I'm gonna have one of those now. I'm craving one. I'm gonna have one after. Are you having one now?
Yeah, I just got groceries finally. I came home. Of course, I had like no food or anything. So like I went to the grocery store first thing to get all my celery and
You got it all.
All the stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll put that up because I think people will really like that. I actually like that after a workout. It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
I have like a big glass of water and then I down one of those with the collagen. It's so good.
So
and
good.
I just feel like I've done it all in the morning. I did my workout. I had all my greens. I had my collagen. I'm good for the day.
You had a couple unsalted nuts. You're like,
yeah.
So, is there like a motivational quote that you would like to share with the Tamily?
I mean, really, just like it's just like living my best life.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like I really try to live by that, and just every day, just smile and be happy, and just not having any regrets, and just not being so hard on myself. Just being happy, being grateful, being kind, just treating others the way I want to be treated. Like it's just, I really try to just kind of live by that. I know it's a very trendy saying, but I really like it. And I thought about changing it actually on my wall, but I'm like, no, I can't. This is how I created my room. It's got to stay there.
Yeah. It's not trendy. It's classic. It'll never go out of style. I think it's a great approach to life, to the method, to everything.
I think so. And every now and then there's a song. I don't know if you heard in the class, there'll be a song and there's that, they say that living my best life. And I'm always like pointing to it and like dancing to it. Cause it's like just such a happy saying.
Yeah.
You can't help but smile when I hear stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I smile a lot during the OC. I don't know. It's like a habit.
Yeah, I need to take your advice. I look at myself and I'm like so serious. I'm like, what am I doing?
I know, but you know, sometimes as I'm watching, I'm like, girl, you're smiling a lot, but your arms, they're not in proper position. Like you're focusing too much on the music and Tracy, and sometimes you see Courtney or Lashana, you're just so excited.
Yeah.
And I lack it on my form, but I'm just having fun.
Yeah. Having fun is like #1 priority.
I think so.
So we've got like 2 minutes left. I would ask if anybody else has a question for Michelle. If you guys want to type that in, we could do that. And I want to ask you, Michelle, who would you like to see featured in a future Ask Tamily interview? Do you have anyone to nominate?
Well, definitely Goldie.
Okay.
We all love our Goldie.
Yeah.
And Kim 2M squared, she's great.
Mm-hmm.
I love Nat. I mean, I love everybody. I want to see everybody on here.
Okay.
Dr. Jilla, Miss Jilla,
mm-hmm.
she's so fabulous. I love her workout space.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, everybody. I want to see everybody on here. If I came on here and Miss Shy Pants, I'm here. We can all be on here.
If Michelle can do it,
if I can do it, yeah, anybody can do it.
Anybody could do it. Yes.
And I'm trying to think back, like who you have already done. Like I was trying to go deep down, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm. A lot. If you go on the YouTube, you'll see more because we didn't have the Ask Tamily page right away. I think it took a little while to have that. So there's some interviews I think that might live on Suzanne's page. But anyway, we want to talk to everyone, and we're going to
think everybody, and everybody inspires me. I want to see everybody on here.
Yes. Kim, you're not too English. You're going to be on.
I saw that. No. You can do it.
Plus, we need your fashion advice, or I do anyways. And like, I need to see those like amazing outfits in real life. So
I know she's so great, and I want to see those dogs roaming around, pushing her over when she's sitting there trying to talk, because they like to take center stage, those dogs.
Yes.
They're so funny.
They're so cute.
I know.
You'll have to have Chloe come tam with you sometime. It's an adventure. I tamed with a dog for the first time when I was
I know, Bodie. He was so cute.
Bouncitron, but it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, Chloe came in one time with me, but it's too loud, and she sneezed yesterday, and she went and hid behind the couch. Like she's so sketchy. Like she just doesn't like any noise.
Yeah, you have to socialize her like a baby, where you get them used to hearing the vacuum, and they can vacuum. I say that like I have a baby. I don't know, but that's what I did when I used to babysit.
Yeah, no, we try, but you know, she just has her good days and her bad days. And
yeah,
yesterday she likes to hide a lot, so I don't think she could ever come in that room and just stay in there.
Yeah,
I did, however, attend with my niece like a couple months ago, or like a month ago. That was fun.
that was fun. She was a trooper. That was on one of the theme Zooms that she joined.
Yeah, she came in and she's like, "This is too hard," and she ran away.
That was cute.
But I hope to do that again because it's fun with them.
Oh yeah,
it's a good example. They love exercising.
Well, you're a great role model for your family and for the Tamily, which is also
Thank you. Well, I love the Tamily.
Yeah,
and I'm so grateful to be a part of such an amazing community of women. It's so special, and it sits like, you know, right in your heart, and you're always on my mind, and I love everybody. I really do.
Well, I couldn't think of a better way to end this interview. I feel like the time flew by. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
It's
5 o'clock already.
We've learned so much, including like great beauty tips, skincare tips, smoothie tips, all kinds of stuff. So
yes, and I'll post those.
Well, this interview will be saved forever on Instagram, and will also go up on YouTube. So if you want to watch it later, you can do that as well. Thanks everybody for joining, and thank you, Michelle, for participating. It's been so nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
160. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.